Hi everybody, it's Jen, your favorite nerdy geek. I don't know, I'm in a weird mood today. Probably happy because I went and finally picked up my glasses today. And this is the true life of a geek. Little things like my freaking bifocals, see how nerdy but awesome they are, make me so happy because I can see. And I've been without my glasses for a year, and it has been literal hell. Trying to study online, read, do anything, and I'm like, oh, what does that say? Anyways, so I just wanted to share that. I want to also give a big, huge shout out to a few channels because I've been really going through it this week with a lot of circumstances and issues in 3D, as well as planetary and cosmological events that are going on. So the combination has left me like there aren't words, just in a state of immobilization, because like chaos in the mind is chaos in reality. So I've just kind of been sitting waiting for things to pass and just doing my little bits here and there to not overextend myself more than already is. So the shout outs, Meditation Vacation, Jason Stevenson and Michael Seeley for guided meditations and hypnosis sessions. They have a lot for releasing anger and resentment with guided imagery and visualization, to release negativity and take in positivity, and especially for people who suffer from PTSD after trauma, which I do. It has helped me immensely to try to navigate and do some self-love, self-care, self-healing. And I did some yoga yesterday, just some floor work and breath work, and using my own personal mantras and speaking aloud the goals and dreams and hopes and things I have for coming times and the future and the now moment of existence. So I've been a basket case. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Just everything with the conjunction, the opposition with Jupiter and Mercury retrograde and Saturn and Pluto, just so many things going on for me in my chart, as well as personal obstacles. Trauma that I am suffering currently has mostly to do with my children, because my children for me are my life blood. They are the air that I breathe and the beat in my heart. And without them, I have literally lived in hell, and the last decade or so has basically been me trying to escape the game, whether it was suicide attempts or drugs or alcohol or codependency with men or other people. And then, having my death experience last year kind of everything was put into priority, and I thought, okay, wait, why am I rolling over and just dying and saying fuck this and giving up on everything? I'm gonna seek the truth, I'm gonna seek justice, and I'm gonna seek healing. And I have, since this last year, battled homelessness and being alone and fighting broken systems and agencies of the government that don't help disabled people or trauma sufferers or women or children in my local community here. Being away from my family, the loss of my mother, a whole bunch of things happened in the last decade, and it really threw me for a loop. And when I came back from the death experience, things were just kind of laid out and prioritized, and I thought, okay, it's time for action. and for wrongs to be righted, and for there to be truth and justice and equality and fairness, and kind of a little bit of retribution and vindication. So I've accomplished a lot as far as getting off of X amount of psychiatric medications that were just toxic chemical compounds and really lethal combinations that I was prescribed. And battling homelessness, my voucher finally went through. I will be finding a place this week, finally, and move in prior to the 1st, which is awesome. I got a new doctor who is an osteopath who practices more natural and holistic medicine. I attained my legal, valid medical marijuana prescription. I went totally vitamin, mineral, herbal supplements, whether it's a pill form like a vitamin or tea, or plant-based where I go forage myself and crush up dandelions and things in tea. I lost 75 pounds. I enrolled back in school. I'm taking a Reiki certification course that's completely tuition free that I found based on my own time and research, and sent in for my diploma credentials. And I learned yoga and meditation and mantras and different things that I had never studied before, and I'm 42. So I believe that the only way to truly teach others is by first living these experiences, overcoming them, surviving them, conquering them, gaining strength and courage and knowledge by experience, and then practicing what you preach and being the living example of what you choose to teach. And my goal is freedom from the systems of government, freedom by holistic, Ayurvedic, naturopathic medicine, the true art of medicine, not the current Western medical industry. And as far as getting things in society straightened out and being an advocate for other physically disabled members of society who have fought these failing, broken agencies to no avail, and being a voice. My dream is to one day open my own triple R, I call it Art to the Third Power, the Reiki Rescue Retreat, where anyone who is suffering or has been abused or traumatized, neglected, molested, hurt, is an addict, an alcoholic, or just doesn't know what to believe because religions and governments and, elites have been ruling this planet for a very long time, and so much truth has been warped and hidden, and there is a path to truth and freedom. The way, the truth, and the life, learning by the greats who have walked this planet before, the masters, the ascended masters, and following their teachings, living off the grid. My retreat will never charge a fee or have a cost or a price. It will be barter and trade, kind of yurt-style homes using natural and sustainable resources like solar power, irrigation, wind turbines, hydropower, organic farming, growing your own food, having goats and chickens, living near the sea, being out in nature, and no government, no weapons, no pollution, everybody kind of just doing their part to help clean up and provide. And then whoever wants to live there full-time, just practicing your art and your craft, whether you are a school teacher, a Reiki master, you deal with crystals, you're a chiropractor, a massage therapist, a counselor, a guide, a physician, spiritual teacher, whatever it is, all are welcome. There's no discrimination. And my hope is that I have two options as far as an initial source of income to provide the land, which is lump sums of money that will eventually head my way due to a couple circumstances in my life. Once I attain the land, it will be headed by leaders of only the highest achievable morals and ethics. And there will be no room for any judgment, labeling, crime, hurt, pain, suffering, nothing like that. So anyways, that is my plan. I just wanted to share a little good news because I know my last couple of videos have been kind of negative, but it is what it is. And I don't sugarcoat things. I don't package up sentiments in pretty little bows and ribbons and share it, falsely. It is what it is. And emotions are very much a therapeutic release of built up negative energies inside, and if they are not expressed in some way, whether it's tears or punching a punching bag or venting to a friend, it's going to come out in probably a much more negative or ugly way, as in hurting others or saying or doing things you might regret. So anyways, I just super excited. I finally got my glasses today so I could see. I am now on my path tomorrow. My case manager is going to drive me around, and we're going to look for rentals, and my voucher is taken care of. I am approved for a year for housing, so that's another check off the list. And I'm sick of two things: being homeless, eating out of aluminum cans, like I could taste the metal in my mouth anymore, and even the thought of using a can opener makes me vomit in my mouth. And getting my access to my medications, which are my cannabis, which is my herbal concoctions, whether it's a tea or a supplement pill form. They're not currently covered by current insurances. And I need other things as far as a chiropractor and a massage therapist for my autoimmune and disc degeneration illnesses. So I'm on my way, one step at a time. And just being homeless and then being at the mercy of living and staying with other people and the way they keep their homes and the constant noise and the maybe filth of some places, or the chaos and the interruption all the time. It is maddening to even try to meditate, try to study, try to have any peace and quiet at all. And just constantly, I always hear, well, you should be grateful that you have a roof over your head. Well, I am. However, the work that is put into it, whether you are doing all that extra cleaning because the house is really disgusting, or you're having to deal with other people's screaming kids or blasting their music, or their animals, or they're up and down the stairs or blasting music, and it's like, I do pay in full plus interest, and I do pull my weight. When I have very little, which I live on $200 of cash assistance and $200 of food assistance every month, I do put food and cleaning products and things like that into wherever I'm staying, as well as giving to others who I feel are maybe a little less fortunate even than I am. So if I have somebody gives me, let's say the church donated me a 12-pack of toilet paper, I give half of it to other people that have none, because I don't need 12. You know what I mean? I just try to be as fair as I can with everything. I don't need an excess of luxuries or fur coats and diamond rings and trips around the world. No. Basic necessities of survival. I am well versed in living off the grid and off the land, and gardening and farming, and natural products like vinegar and salt and lemon and things to clean, baking soda. I don't need to buy Clorox and Procter & Gamble products and Gamble. Anyways, yeah, gamble. Exactly. And I'm also really stoked that finally a certain person was arrested on trafficking charges, Mr. Epstein of Epstein Island, and he is just one, but the ones that his circle runs with a lot of big elite human trafficking pedophile psychopaths are going to be taken down very soon. And it's like, yes, finally, another one. So the proverbial pyramid, those at the top are going down, so the rest will crumble. And I do advise everyone to just be prepared as far as making sure you have access to water and medicines, first aid, sustainable food supplies, and that you know how to work the land, because there may come a time with the planetary events and the events of the world and tensions between Iran and the United States, blah, 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 the list goes on, that the power could very, very well go out. Electronics like this might not work. Computers, radios, televisions. Better know how to survive when you're basically back to basics. And some of us do. And we only want to help others and provide safe zones and safe advice and tips and tricks on how to do that without any of this or any of this. So it's just better to be safe than sorry. And thank you guys, my fam out there. You know who you are, for your invaluable, ingenious advice and your personal stories. It helps knowing that you're not alone, especially when you're not of this world. You were born here on this planet, but you are not of the world. That'll be later on. I'm not really all ready to go into that yet, because I'm still figuring things out for myself, as far as my true ancestral origin, knowing where I come from, and as what role I played in being, that being my true origin. So it's a lot. Anyways, so I just wanted to say I love you guys more than anything. Thank you for your positive and sometimes constructive criticism, comments, and for just standing by my side and having my back, so to speak, because it really is, wow, it's more than probably for me having no one in 3D, like, this is me, myself, and I. And just hint, if you can't smell it from here, but that's, yeah. So, I can't wait to have my own place again. Just being a mom and being a former homeowner and business owner and vehicle owner and my own, having everything that I had and it being stolen away from me by some not so nice people in my life. It really makes me miss having my own environment and how I kept my house and everything was organized and clean and the environment was healthy for my children and educational. Everything was a learning experience for this mom. So I'm working towards getting that back, and it starts with the reunion of my children and me. And I got more interruptions, so we'll cut it there. Love you guys. Peace to everybody.